Ross, congratulations on that 2-year contract. What does that mean to you?
I'm just really happy, obviously, to have another 2 years at the club and hopefully be involved at first team level with that contract because it takes me beyond youth. So I'm really happy that I've been offered one and I was happy to sign it.
So it's been a monumental season for yourself, really, hasn't it? Making your first team debut against Rangers, those 2 goals against Hearts and the Youth Cup. What else are you hoping to achieve?
Well, hopefully, obviously making my debut, I want to build on that. So I want to appear as much for the first team between now and the end of the season, or now and the end of my contract as much as possible. So that'll be good to do.
Good stuff. James, good news, another graduate obviously progressing properly into the first teams, and you must be delighted with that.
Yeah, I'm delighted for him. More than anything else, he's worked hard to get there, and he's been ongoing the last few months. It's maybe put him off his game a wee bit, but he's persevered and finally signed the contract, so it's good news for Ross and for everybody involved at the club.
Why Hibs, Ross? I mean, you're from the west of Scotland originally, you've been involved though with the club now for quite a few years. Why Hibs?
Well, obviously they gave me a chance, they picked me up and offered me to come here at under 15 level, and I've always thought that I'll get a chance in the first team if I stick in and work hard, and that's obviously came true when I made my debut. So staying here, like, there was no other option, I wouldn't go anywhere else. Once they offered me a contract, I wanted to stay.
Well, the last sort of youth team striker to come from Lanarkshire, sort of Hamilton way, was Stephen Fletcher, who obviously progressed through to the first team and is now doing incredibly well down south in the English Premier League. Is he somebody that you look towards as perhaps an example to follow?
Yeah, well, he's a great player and he's achieved a lot in the game so far. He's still got years to come to achieve even more. He's scoring goals in the Premier League, and that's what I'd like to do at some point in my career.
Good stuff. James, if we can switch our attentions back to the under-19s and the game against Dunfermline on Saturday, what's the team news ahead of that, please?
We've got probably a few changes this week actually. John Foster's went out on loan to Berwick Rangers, Philip Addison's injured, Adam Mitter's injured, and we need to shuffle things around a wee bit, I think, give people a chance. We've not won in the last 3 games, so we need to change 1 or 2 things, so be 2 or 3 changes tomorrow again, I think.
Are you now looking to perhaps introduce under-17s as well towards the end of the season to get them used to playing under-19s football?
Well, we've only got 5 games left, and we've started to speak to players about being retained for next season and also being released. So there's 2 or 3 that now know there's not going to be a future for them, unfortunately, at the club. So it's really about managing the group in terms of still having to be fair to these players. They put them in the shop window. They've been good servants to the club, and they've done us well. So really, to keep faith in them a wee bit, but also, like you say, to try and plan for next year and see if there's 1 or 2 under-17s that can handle playing at this level. How we look at them, so just to strike a balance and try and be fair to everyone, I think.
And just finally, Ross, just talking about your front partnership with Danny Handling, how do you feel that's developing?
Yeah, I feel it's developed really well, and we get on with each other off the pitch as well, which I think helps. We started our partnership 2 years ago, and it's just grew and grew since then. We both score goals and both complement each other the way we play.
So a lot of people have likened it to perhaps the O'Connor-Ryden partnership, which obviously then ended up reaping the dividends at first team level for Hibs. Is that something that hopefully you'd be planning to do longer term?
Yeah, well, hopefully we can both push on. I'd love to play with Daniel in the first team. I think he's a really good player and I enjoy playing up with him.